question of holdouts. We have a tremendously unified party.
So the Senate is just starting to dig into the big bill, the big beautiful bill, as Trump and House Republicans have labeled it, that the House passed a couple of weeks ago, and they are now starting negotiations on this side with the goal of getting it done by July 4th. It might be an overly ambitious goal, but they say that they're going to try and meet it. But there are still several sticking points that senators are looking at. And, they don't have a very large margin in the Senate. The Republicans have 53 senators, so they cannot lose more than 4, with J.D. Vance casting the tie-breaking vote if they want to get this through and to Donald Trump's desk. The package of tax cuts and trim spending, but there are lots of different things that individual senators have issues with. There are some concerns over Medicaid cuts, including how it could affect rural hospitals and co-pays for low-income patients. Some senators, like Tom Tillis of North Carolina, have concerns about cuts to energy tax credits. And there's all sorts of different issues that individual members are looking at and have concerns about.
Bonus depreciation, interest deductibility, R&D expensing are going to lead to significant growth.
There's also a lot of senators, fiscal conservatives, who say that it's spending way too much, it's not cutting enough, and that is a little chunk of senators also that could make a difference in the final vote. Senate Majority Leader John Thune is going to have to get all of those opinions together and, work with committee chairs to get out new versions of the bill that can eventually make it to the floor to try and reach that July 4th deadline. It's unclear whether they'll be able to do that on that ambitious of a timeline, but the senators really do want to get this done. Republicans want to get this done and give Trump the bill to sign by the summer or by the middle of the summer, and they're very much committed to trying to find a compromise. But it's a short amount of time. The Senate usually does work a little slower, so this will be really a test of the Senate, a test of Thune, a test of Trump, to really see if they can get this done and resolve their differences.
Donald Trump's big, ugly bill is in the Senate.
And they can't count on any Democratic votes. All Democrats have opposed this bill so far and are expected to oppose this bill, saying that it cuts health care and it cuts food aid for low-income people, that they call it a big, ugly bill, and opposed to the big, beautiful bill that Trump has and House Republicans have called it. So, Republicans will really have to get by on their own votes, and they'll have to figure out how to make enough compromises, but not too many compromises, so then it hurts House chances of passage. Because if the Senate changes the bill, which they will, they're going to have to send it back to the House again to get passed, and they have an even thinner margin of votes. So they can't change too much so that Speaker Mike Johnson loses his coalition. So it's a tough job for both leaders, and but they are committed to trying to get this bill through. So, we will see what happens by midsummer and by the end of the summer if they're able to get it through.
And so I really don't feel sorry.
Jelajahi cara baru mendapatkan informasi. Download MetroTV Extend sekarang.